I'm Ernie Harris. We're here for the final episode of Coach's Corner for the 2021 season, brought to you by First Bank. I'm joined with Coach Mark Pemberton, head football coach of the Golden Eagles. Thanks for another season doing this show, Coach.
Well, I appreciate it. We appreciate what you all do for high school football here in the county.
We'll jump right into it. Friday night's third round at Powell. Rhea County fans showed up, Coach. They showed up. Very nice crowd, I thought.
Had a really good crowd, and they were loud at times. We didn't give them a whole lot to cheer about in that first half, but the second half we got to rolling a little bit, and you could hear them. And our fans have always been great since I've been here, and long before I was ever here. Rhea County loves their football, and their fans love their football. So I tell our kids it's an honor to play in front of our community, because not every community is that way. You know, they love football here and love to come to the games and cheer on their kids.
I agree. Not only do parents travel, but just fans right. In general, like you just said, the community, members of the community. Didn't go as well as you hoped. The Eagles fell 27-13 to the Powell Panthers, Coach. Like you said, the first half went all Powell.
It did. Basically, we had our chances there a few times to do something with it, and into the second half, we moved the ball a whole lot better offensively. Defensively, I thought we played well enough to win the ball game. We had a good defensive plan. They caught a Hail Mary down in the end zone. It wasn't designed as a Hail Mary, but he threw it up for grabs. But I thought defensively we played really well. Offensively, we just got off to a bad start. The big guy sort of blew us up early, but it's been a good year, exciting year. We've had a lot of big wins involved. We've lost to our three losses are three quality football teams. Yep. Two of them probably end up winning the state again, Alcoa and Elizabethton, and if Powell can get by West, they may win it. So true. We felt like we were in the upper echelon of 5A, and that's exactly where we were at, and proud of our kids and the hard work they've put into it.
I consider there were only 8 teams playing this past Friday. I consider y'all tied for 5th place. In the state. That's a pretty astounding accomplishment. And
that all goes back to our kids and how hard they've worked, and especially our seniors. They answered the bell when they were sophomores and started for us for 3 years. Several of them did, and had a great group of seniors this year. I hate to see them go. Those guys were fantastic. They did a great job in the weight room, in practice, and obviously in the games. They were really good leaders for our younger kids.
From sophomore to senior season, those seniors, 2 years ago they went 9-3, lost to Powell up there. Last year 10-2, this year 10-3. Quite a record for those seniors.
Yeah, that was a good way to finish out, and there's not many teams that go through that have that good a record. So, as a group of seniors, really proud of them. Hate to lose them, but we do have a really good nucleus coming back. All our skill guys just about are coming back. So we just got to come up with some linemen, and so hopefully some of our younger guys can help us.
I agree. Of course, you have your starting backfield back. All sophomore backfield, quarterback, wing backs, fullback. They'll be back.
Yeah, at least. That's most of them for 2 more years.
Right.
So
they're sophomores.
So we're set. We're set skill wise. We just got to develop some of the younger linemen. So hopefully we can get that done. That's what our strength coaches are for in the off season.
That's right. And Coach Mullins, I believe.
Coach Mullins and Coach Mosier both.
Coach Mosier in the weight room.
They handle the weight room and do a fantastic job with it. And as evidenced by this year, we played about everybody. We played bigger than us, but we were pretty physical and ended up. We played through the last snap the other night, which I was really proud of our guys, and they played hard. But you could see that our strength program has helped us tremendously. We went to that after we had that second 5 and 6 year. We needed to change something. Right. We ended up really emphasizing the weight room, and these sophomores were the ones that got it done in there. The ones that are seniors now, they started out as sophomores. So they, when I told them they're the ones that built the foundation,
right.
After we had those 2 bad years, it's exactly true. They came in and worked their tails off and helped us as sophomores, and then by the time they're seniors, they're playing really good football.
Jumping back to the game and your post-game speech, Coach, you and what you just touched on, they didn't give up, and I said that 10 seconds prior to you telling the team that in the post-game huddle. I said they didn't give up; they kept fighting.
No, our kids have battled all year. You know, it didn't matter what game. We came back for some big deficits during the year, 20 points, I think, at one time to Anderson County to win the ball game. We were behind in several other games, and our kids never panicked, never gave up. They kept working, kept playing. You tell them play hard every snap, good things will happen, and they usually did.
Jumping back to the Powell game. And what you said about your defense held them to 166 yards rushing on 32 carries, 3 touchdowns. But, Coach, what I found very interesting, only 6 runs were over 5 yards.
Yeah, I thought we did a good job against them in the run. They had the one long run of 58 yards,
58
I think.
yards, yeah.
Other than that, I thought we did a really good job against them run game-wise.
Right.
And, you know, we just let them hit a few passes that caused us problems. But we knew we were going to have to take something away from them. We were able basically to take the run game away from them. They just made a few plays in the passing game.
They actually only had 2 passes that went beyond 20 yards as well. So the 24-yard touchdown up for grabs, like you mentioned earlier, the Hail Mary, and a 30-yard gain down there.
Yeah, and they had some little quick throws on the outside that got first downs for them that hurt us a little bit. But, yeah, the one in the end zone was sort of a fluke. You know, we had 5 guys there. And they had 2 or 3. It's sort of like a Hail Mary, and they just went up and got it.
And it was in the back corner. Yeah, still a great catch on his part, but obviously you didn't want that to happen. They went 19 of 27 for 168 yards. So, I mean, they pretty even distribution, 166 yards rushing, 168 passing. Powell went up 7-0 in the first quarter, Coach, on a 1-yard run. This after you both exchanged a couple series, and then you turned it over on downs. You went for it on 4th and 1. Ethan got stopped in the backfield. Yeah,
we went with our bread and butter. We felt like we needed to sustain a drive there. We went with our power sweep to the right side, and the big nose guard blew us up. He knocked our center back into the pulling guard, and it sort of threw everything off. But I will give Austin Curtright a heck of a. Austin battled the whole night. The big number 1 defensive lineman in the country. Austin battled him the whole night. He's to be commended because that wasn't an easy task for him.
No, it wasn't.
He stayed in there and played hard and did what he could against him, and we ended up finally in that 3rd and 4th quarter moving the football.
They score 7-0. Your next series, you punt. You force them to punt. Then Ray County punts again. Powell winds up scoring on that 24-yard pass, goes up 14-0 at 8:06 left to go in the second quarter. Next series, you're forced to punt. You force them to punt, and then you punt again. Powell scored with 38 seconds to go in the first half. Coach, on that 1-yard run, they give it to the direct snap to the big number 1.
I messed that up. We should have probably just ran the clock out when we had that possession and tried to get to halftime at 14-0. You know, we had some negative plays, I think, in that series right before we punted that last time, and they ended up having a short field, and they punched it in, go up 21-0. Even at that point, when we got the ball back after they scored, we started moving the ball in that last series because we changed the blocking scheme a little bit. And even at that point of 21-0 at the half, I thought we still had a chance to battle back on them.
Right.
And if we could have kept them from scoring in that second half, we would have been within striking distance.
You were moving the ball first half and the second half. But like you said, the direct snap to big number 1 is hard to stop, obviously. You know, it's like I've never seen live, you know, back in the 80s, Refrigerator Perry, you know, they'd give him the ball and he would score from 1 yard out.
Yeah, this kid's got really good feet.
Yep.
That's what I noticed about him. He's athletic. He's not a typical lineman. He's athletic as all get out. Got great feet and obviously great hands to catch those snaps and stuff. So really talented kid. And he gets that momentum going downhill. It's hard to get him stopped. So that's a smart way of doing it on the goal line as far as they go.
He was tough in the middle. their outside was especially strong. You know, they got to, like you said, they stopped Ethan on the bread and butter play. They got to Caleb a few times on sacks.
Yeah, we couldn't get them blocked on our pass protection because they were coming so quick. So, and that we had some negative plays off of that. But we tried to screen them. I thought we had 2 screens. We didn't get it connected with Drew Fisher there one time on a 3rd and about 7. Thought we had that set up, and then down on I think it was the 6 or 7 yard line, maybe 8. When we stalled out at the 5, we threw a little waggle screen. Had 3 linemen out front, but we just couldn't get it in. That was on a 4th down play.
Ethan Davis picked up 42 yards in the first half. He had about 30 right before halftime. About 11-yard burst, 2 11-yard bursts, and an 8-yard.
Yeah, that's when we started. We changed our blocking scheme. We thought going into halftime that if we could keep them from scoring, we might have a chance to battle back and get within striking distance. We knew we couldn't give up another score in the second half, and they were able to score, and it caused us problems from then on.
Another thing I thought you found something that was having success. Caleb Odell going that left side. He was actually picking up some positive yards as well.
Yeah, when we changed our scheme there a little bit, we were running it on both sides of the ball the way we typically run it. Other than when we doubled that nose man, we let our backside linebacker unblocked.
Right.
Because of that, because usually that front side guard seals the backside linebacker, and he made a few plays on us, but that's after we gained positive yards. So I thought after we changed what we were doing, it helped us. We probably should have gone to it a lot quicker.
Odell had a really good night. 16 carries, 78 yards, and the touchdown, 7-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, he had another good night. He stepped in when Mayberry went down with the ankle injury and played some really good football for us.
Odell also had your second touchdown, the catch. I thought his 24-yard strike from Caleb Martin, his adjustment on the ball to come back was very nicely done. Yeah,
we caught the safety. He nosed up in on the run play and or the fake of the run play, and he had to turn his back. Odell went by him. He had to turn his back to try to chase Odell, and he had no idea where the ball was at. And Odell made a good adjustment on the ball and got it in the end zone.
That's a very nice effort. But like you said, you found that success. You made the adjustments. You moved the ball in the second half. Even on a scoreless drive, you went 60 yards, 14 plays that ended on the Powell 5-yard line with no points.
Yeah, if we could have gotten that one in earlier, that would have helped tremendously. We just stalled out. We had a penalty flag, which you go back and look at it on film. It was the wrong call. It was an incorrect call, but what can you do?
Right.
They called us for a high-low block, and it was not a high-low block, but there's nothing we can do about it now.
Right.
Nothing you can do about it in the ball game either. I wish we had instant replay.
Yeah.
Not that they would look at a high-low block, but very disappointing that was called during that time.
But it was a very nice run. Odell got down to about the 6-yard line on that play. They didn't call the penalty.
That was that screen play we were talking about.
Moved back to the 20. From there, they stopped you and turned it over downs. You forced them to punt, and then that's when you got your score with about 5.5 minutes to go in the game. Odell's 7-yard run. And then you forced another punt. Defense stepped up again. And then the 24-yard pass from Martin to Odell. Yeah,
and we tried onside kicks after we scored there and come within a hair of getting one of them. But, our kids were battling to the end. They were trying everything they could to find a way to win, and I'm extremely proud of them. That's a good group of football players, especially those seniors that we just lost. I know those guys are going to be successful because they never surrendered the whole year. It didn't matter what the score. They kept playing, kept fighting. And I told them after the game, you're going to have some adversity in your life now, especially when they go on to be husbands and fathers. And, they're going to have things that slap them in the face. They got this bunch. I got a tremendous confidence that they're going to move forward. They're going to do things right to try to remedy their problems, and they're not a bunch that'll curl up and go in a corner and lay down. They're a bunch of kids that'll keep fighting, and I think they've proven that to the community, and I know they've proven it to me.
They have. It's been quite a season. Fun to watch, fun to cover them. I've enjoyed speaking with them on this show as well as the Friday night specials. A tremendous character on every one of them that have spoken to this season. I've enjoyed the conversations we've had. They've enlightened me on a few things that I was unaware of. Little factoids about themselves personally. So
yeah, I hope all those guys, once they get their education, or if that's what they're going to do, I hope they come back into this community, because they'd be tremendous assets to this community.
Well, Coach, I also want to point out this team, as well as last year's team, are part of since 1974, Ray County High School. That's 47 years, actually 48 seasons, including that season. 11 teams have 10 or more wins. You've had 5 under your helm, and 9 seasons.
We've had 5.
You've had
some great players and coaches. We've had turnover on our coaching staffs too. From the first team we had, I think there's just 3 coaches that were here that first year. So we've had some coaching turnover, but that's a tribute to those assistant coaches and those players for their hard work. That's quite a record, to be honest. But and hopefully we can build on it.
But out of those 11, with 10 or more wins, your seniors have 2 of those, and as well as almost got it 2 years ago, they got 9 wins. But it says a lot about their determination, determination for success.
Yeah, I mean it's
their drive.
Yeah, I mean all the groups we've had here in the last 9 years, as far as I'm concerned, I'd go to bat for any of them. They're great kids.
Well, I tell you, Ethan Davis finished Friday with 149 yards, 24 carries. Coach had quite a season. Several records. He broke 6 records, tied a 7th. Cole Ruling broke a record this year. And he tied, Friday night he tied for most attempts, 65. Even though it got blocked, that's considered an attempt.
And they jumped over us, by the way.
Yes, they did on the first PAT. They called it.
Yeah, the second one they didn't.
And then the second one he did the same thing and didn't call it. I noticed that. But Cole, record-breaking season this year, Coach, and just quite a group to watch.
Great to see we're not big on personal stats and stuff, but it's great to see our guys go into the record books, with Ethan and Cole, and it's always fantastic to see those guys, because those records are going to be hard to break. I mean, those are going to be hard to break. So, and Ethan's still got some, I think he's probably chasing Cody Bice in the next couple of years to try to break his total also.
Someone mentioned that to me the other day, and I said I'll investigate that.
Yeah,
I was not thinking of Cody's total yardage, career yardage.
Yeah, that's I can't remember what Cody's was, but Ethan, if he stays healthy, he's got a really good shot of being an all-time leading rusher here if he can have 2 more good years.
The good thing about the records, like you said, you don't try to focus on personal records, but the really interesting thing, they're both humble. Cole and Ethan, humble guys. This whole team, I mean, they're humble. They just go out and do their job.
And they always give other guys the credit.
Yes,
they do. That's the type of kids they are, and most of our guys are that way. But those 2 are really humble kids that they understand what it's all about.
I agree. To all the seniors, once again, thanks again for a great season to cover, as well as the rest of the team. It's been fun to watch, fun to cover, and like we've already established, your 3 years as varsity players, quite a record. 10-3, nothing to sneeze at, Coach.
No, it was a good year. It was a really good year. The 3 teams we lost to were top-notch quality football teams that I think our guys answered the bell. They improved the program even from the year before, so really proud of them.
I want to thank the fans also for attending the games this year, watching the Coach's Corner every week. I want to thank all the players. Like I said, quite a coverage, a team to cover. Also, I want to thank our sponsor, First Bank, for doing the show, Coach's Corner. I want to thank you, Coach, for doing the show as well. Second season.
Yeah, second season. So, and also all the folks that our booster club that put in all the hard work, anybody that donated to help our program out, we certainly appreciate that. All the folks that gave money for our programs and things of that nature, we certainly appreciate that. This is a fantastic community that's always supported their football, and I don't think that's going to end. To be honest, I think it's a great community, and we got a lot of really exciting things going on with some building projects here and at the stadium. You know, with the PE facility, and there's going to be some major work on the stadium. So it's an exciting time to be a Golden Eagle.
I agree. Plus the new turf that was put on this past
turf summer. This year. So what a great time to be an Eagle.
That's true. As we roll the invisible credits, I would be happy if you watch the highlights for the season in video and pictures. Thank you for watching. I'm Ernie Harris.